In your experience, are there people that are too far gone to be helped by following the diet?
There are lots of people that I thought were too far gone, and they reversed. And there were a few people, probably 3 people, that I was sure would never die, but they did.
They were sure would never die.
Yeah, they would not die. But that was only 3 people. You know, and I've seen probably 40 people that I thought would never make it, and they did.
So 3 people didn't follow the diet for 3 years?
No, they followed it, but, you know, and I didn't think they were that far gone, but they died anyway.
Is it because they didn't take high meat, or?
No, I don't know what it was.
Started too late.
Maybe they're just willed to die. I don't know. Their time to go. Okay, do you have a question, Kathy?
I just want to mention one thing. I had the deviated septum surgery way before the diet. Now I'm feeling a bump on my nose. It's coming here. I feel it on the right side. It's like a little bump.
It could be going from your bone marrow out through your skin, out through your harder tissue. And then it may go through your skin. When it did for me, it created cancer and took a third of my nose away. A third of my head burned a hole right through my
I just want to mention
skull.
something else. That, you know, that EMF, because it's everybody, you know, the police officers, they have that for speeding, that
The radar?
radar gun. Are that damaging when they, you know, go by you?
It's damaging for them because they're exposed to it for hours and all day long. But for us, we'd have to be underneath it all constantly for at least 20 minutes.
So the EMF, if you get EMF.
That's not EMF, that's radar, that's radiation,
Okay,
radio signal.
EMF, if you get EMF, you can notice the signs that you get static electricity or something?
Well, it depends upon the individual. Most EMF sufferers will suffer like, was that carpal tunnel syndrome, sore joints. Carpal tunnel syndrome is a bullshit answer for all that soreness. There were secretaries who've been around hitting hard key punch, you know, typewriters for years, and writers never getting carpal tunnel syndrome. And let me tell you, those old typewriters, I used to write with one, and it was a lot of work. It's the electromagnetic fields in your computers, in your laptops, and your electric typewriters that are a problem. It's not the way you're holding your hand. That's a cop-out. They don't want you to know the true reason, because they're so fucking cheap that they'll use, instead of using transistors, they'll use capacitors, or it's the other way around, and it'll cost them 50 cents more. And they'll eliminate the electromagnetic fields and cause a problem. Because they're cheap and want to save, you know, 50 cents, they'll fuck your health up.
Raise the price to the 50 cents?
But they won't do it.
Can someone build their own computer and make it the way that's better? Or?
Well, yeah, but that's very expensive. You can do that. Or you do what I do. You have a laptop, you put the laptop so many, you know, a foot away from you, you use a separate keyboard. Then you don't worry about it.
How many feet away do you have to be from the...
About a foot.
For a laptop, a foot. If you have a regular tower, you have to be 3 feet away from the tower. The tower emits an EMF field for about 3 feet.
So it's not the monitor, it's the computer.
Well, if you have a monitor, that's radiation. And they have 3 laser guns in them.
How far away should
27 feet. So the televisions are the same way. Minimum of 27 feet for the fallout. Before the fallout's gone.
That's why you need flat screen.
That's a flat screen, an LCD, liquid crystal display. The fallout is about 1.5 inches away from the screen. Almost no radiation.
How much are they?
Depends, anywhere from $300 to, you know, $1,200, depending on the size you want.
Are you talking about computers now?
Yeah.
EMF fields and computers.
I just one time, you know, when I was talking to someone at the airport, you know, trying to convince them to not x-ray my food, the fellow said that when I'm up in the airplane flying, that I get hit with way more radiation from the sun.
Absolutely, but it's a sun radiation, and there's no damage from sun radiation unless you have no good fats in your body.
So it's a different kind of radiation.
Completely different kind, yes.
How far from a cell phone?
Well, when I put the meter up to it, it's about probably 9 inches from the cell phone. But the problem is that radiation affects the nerve tissue. It doesn't seem to affect other tissue. So what I do, I use an earbud. So and I put the meter up on the earbud, and there's no, radiation at all, but it's right there, especially where that antenna is. The highest amount goes up to 7 to 8 gauss of radiation. So if I'm using it, I keep it away from me, or if I happen to be, even a cordless phone is the same way. So I have a headset with my cordless phone, and I will have it, near a thick layer like my pants. I have it clipped on my belt if I have to walk around and do things while I'm talking on the phone. Otherwise, it sits on the desk or somewhere else, or on the couch, wherever I'm sitting. It will not be against my body.
Were you successful in getting the airport people to let the food on without x-raying it?
No.
We weren't either. But Aajonus seems to have a way.
Well, I'm persistent, and I'm very nice about it. I just keep telling them, well, let me talk with your boss.
Well, we did that
And by
too.
I spend an hour and a half most of the time doing this, so I just have to be patient.
He's just more stubborn than they are.
I thought we were too, but then
And I also
actually.
I turn heavy guilt on them too. I mean, I tell them, I was diagnosed with bone cancer, show them my teeth or my scar, I'll just keep doing it until they break it.
Are you going to get a letter from, what are they, TSA?
TSA, yeah, well, I'm going this week to talk to them.
Okay.